Hello and welcome to another GCSE revision video, and in this video we're going to be looking at cumulative frequency charts. In this, the first of a two-part series of videos, we're going to be looking at how to draw a cumulative frequency chart. In the next video we'll be looking at how to read and interpret a cumulative frequency chart. A cumulative frequency chart shows the running total of frequencies so that the last data point represents the total of all other frequencies. It makes it easy to see how many measurements lie below another measurement. A cumulative frequency chart is sometimes called an ogive. Okay, I've invented a hypothetical race in which conveniently there are exactly 100 runners, and all the runners will actually complete the race. Their times are gathered and arranged in a table as follows. There are 2 runners who completed the race between 3 and 5 minutes. There are 20 runners who completed the race between 6 and 10 minutes. There are 60 runners that completed the race between 11 and 15 minutes. 10 runners completed the race between 16 and 20 minutes, and 8 runners completed the race between 21 and 30 minutes. Now when we do the cumulative frequency, we can interpret it as follows. 2 runners completed the race in under 5 minutes, 22 runners completed the race in under 10 minutes, 82 runners completed the race in under 15 minutes, 92 runners completed the race in under 20 minutes, and 100 runners completed the race in under 30 minutes. And that should give you a bit of an idea of what we're trying to display with a cumulative frequency chart. So from this data we can figure out our axes. Our y-axis should probably run from 0 to 100, perhaps in steps of 10. Use your best judgment as to what you think will most accurately represent the data without getting too cluttered. And our x-axis should go from 0 to 30 in steps of 5. Again, that is a judgment call. Use your best judgment as to what you think on your chart will make the best graph. In which case your axes will probably look a little bit like this. As always, when you're drawing a graph, you're walking a tightrope between conveying too much detail, in which case you might as well hand your reader the raw data, or too little detail, in which case you might as well hand your reader a blank piece of paper. But get it just right, and a visually impacting pattern emerges that allows the reader to immediately understand the data without having actually seen the data. Now when plotting a cumulative frequency chart, we always plot the data points at the upper bound of the class boundary. In this case the upper class boundaries are 5.5, 10.5, 15.5, 20.5 and 30.5 respectively. So for the times of 3 to 5 we would plot it at 5.5. From 6 to 10 we plot it at 10.5. From 11 to 15 we plot it at 15.5. From 16 to 20 we plot it at 20.5. And from 21 to 30 we plot it at 30.5. Of course on this scale it's very difficult to even see the 0.5, so I wouldn't cry over it. But if your scale was going up in groups of 1 or in steps of 1, then you would very easily see the halfway point between 1 and 2 and between 2 and 3. Okay, now especially at GCSE level, it's perfectly okay to just grab a ruler and join your data points up with straight lines, and at GCSE level on your exam I highly recommend that that's what you do, unless you are extremely confident in your ability to draw a beautiful curve very quickly and easily. In an exam, time means marks. Don't waste time trying to draw a beautiful curve that's not going to get you any extra marks, when you could just grab a ruler, join the dots and move on to the next question where you could be actually earning marks. But if you do have the time and you do have the artistic ability, a lovely, smooth, freehand drawn curve is preferable. Now, if the data is distributed in a way that statisticians call a normal distribution data curve, then a cumulative frequency chart will show this characteristic S-shaped pattern. Not all charts will show it, but the vast majority will. So much so that if you're asked to draw a cumulative frequency chart on your exam and you don't see that characteristic S-shaped curve, it might not hurt you to just quickly double check that you've plotted your points in the right positions. And lastly, make sure you have a descriptive chart title and your axes are labelled. I hope you found this video helpful. If you're taking your GCSEs this year, I'd like to wish you all the best with your revision and all the best with your exams. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in a future video.